Do you have a strained relationship that needs fixing? If so, this message is for you today. Today I want to tell you about the story of Esau and his twin brother, Jacob. Now Esau was Isaac's oldest and his favorite son, the twin brother of Jacob. He was a hairy outdoorsman and willing to give up long-term blessing for immediate pleasure. Now Jacob, on the other hand, he was Rebekah's darling baby boy. Jacob was a crafty, convenient guy who was touched and changed by God. He was renamed Israel by God. He became the father of the 12 tribes. It's tough to have a brother. It's even harder to have a twin brother. You constantly get compared to each other. You constantly feel the need to compete. You love each other, but sometimes you hate each other. That, in a nutshell, is the story of Esau and Jacob. They were twins, all right, but the only thing they had in common was their date of birth. From the womb, Esau, who came out first, he was covered in red hair. He was a classic good old boy who loved hunting and roaming the fields. Now, smooth-skinned Jacob, on the other hand, he liked to hang around the house. He was a mama's boy. But what Jacob may have lacked in brawn, he more than made up for in brains. Like a world-class con man, Jacob took advantage of his big brother's foolishness and he grabbed the lion's share of the family fortune. With his mother's help, he even tricked his dad into giving him all the important paternal blessing. In other words, Jacob took practically everything that Esau had coming to him as the firstborn son. Needless to say, Esau wasn't too happy with his younger brother. In fact, he intended to kill Jacob. That's when Jacob decided to hit the road. Out on his own, Jacob worked hard, married well, and built up a nice fortune. But more important, Jacob finally responded to God's grace and in time became a different man. God even renamed him Israel. Now the brothers remained apart for years, until Jacob decided that it was time to make things right, and he arranged a meeting with Esau, but he became very terrified as the reunion drew near. Jacob was certain that Esau still carried a murderous grudge against him. He tried to soften Esau's heart by sending ahead a caravan of expensive gifts, but Esau didn't want Jacob's stuff. He just wanted his long-lost brother back. When they finally did meet face to face, Esau was shocked by Jacob grabbing him and putting him in a bear hug, and he was refusing to let go. It reads that he bawled like a baby, and the estranged brothers were reunited. In the big scheme of things, the matchup between Jacob and his brother Esau, it isn't a story about one man winning and another man losing. Instead, it's a story of the miraculous grace of God. If God can transform a con man like Jacob and help a guy like Esau swap bitterness for love, imagine what he could do for you. God built the world that we live in today in 6 days and rested on the 7th. Imagine what he could do for you in just 1 year if you give him like 10 minutes of your time every day for a year. You don't need to have a twin brother to learn something valuable from the story of Esau and Jacob. Be honest with yourself a minute here and ask yourself, are you a con man who works other people over for your own interest? Do you have a murderous temper? And do you have a strained relationship that needs fixing? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you qualify for an Esau and Jacob style transformation. Call on the name Jesus Christ and allow God to start working in your life today. I thank you for staying with me and listening, but most importantly, I pray that you receive something from this. Share this with the first person who comes to your mind.